YouTube channel. My name is Idingade if you're here, and if you're coming back, thanks for tuning in. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. So if you're interested to know who a woman of substance is, stay tuned. If you're interested to know who a virtuous woman is, stay tuned. And if you're interested to know about who a woman of God is, stay tuned. So I know many of us hear of this Proverbs 31 woman and we wonder, who is she? Who exactly is she? And the image that comes into our heads are, she's this beautiful woman. She is married and she is doing everything perfectly. She serves the Lord. She is a church goer. She commits to her husband. She is generally just a nice girl, yeah? But a Proverbs 31 woman is far from what we usually think about. A Proverbs 31 woman is more of a, she is a lot, you guys. She is not just a stay-at-home mom. Do not get me wrong, stay-at-home moms, do not get me wrong. But she is a woman who balances. She strikes a balance, yeah? She's not just a career woman as well. Don't get me wrong, career women, don't get me wrong. But she's a woman who strikes a balance between being a career woman, between being a woman at home, between being a mother, between being a girl. A Proverbs 31 woman is a woman full of character. When the Bible says she is clothed in strength and dignity, the strength that the Bible talks about is the strength in her character. So just a quick reminder that a Proverbs 31 woman isn't necessarily a married woman. She can also be a girl going to school, fighting for her life, fighting for her future. She can be just a girl at any age. So if you're watching this and you're thinking this is for the married people, no, it is not only for the married people, but it's for all of us in general. It's interesting that the Jews during that time used to look up to this Proverbs 31 woman. They would actually sit in their homesteads and read this verse every week in their life, because this woman, apparently she was the most admirable woman. She was the most woman that every other woman looked up to. She was everything as a woman. I know in our society we have people we look up to in our social medias. We go on Instagram and there are those specific people you look up to. But then again, in the same society, we can choose to live the life of a Proverbs 31 woman. So before we dive into the verse, I'd like to highlight some of these characteristics of a Proverbs 31 woman. I found 8 of them from my Bible study. I found 8 characteristics of a Proverbs 31 woman. So sit tight, grab your pencil, grab a notebook, and let's learn from this. Okay, so number 1, a Proverbs 31 woman honors her relationships with people. She honors her husband. She honors her workers. She honors her clients. She honors her peers. She honors her fellow women. She honors her other men. She honors her relationships with other people. She does not see herself as better than others. She does not see herself as of worth more than others, but she honors her relationships with other people. She is humble enough to honor her relationship with other people. Number 2, she is an investor. She does not just spend and spend and spend. She invests, yeah? She knows what God has put in her hands and she uses exactly that to invest. What is that thing that God has placed in your hands today? Could it be your education? Could it be your career? Could it be your family? Could it be material possession? Could it be land? Could it be resources? What has God blessed in your hand today? Are you willing to save it and invest it? Or are you willing to just use it and throw it away? Yeah, so a Proverbs 31 woman, this is to encourage all of us to start being investors, because this is even biblical, you guys. So start investing. And I had mentioned this in my previous video, that is 22 things I learned in 22 years. So if you haven't watched it, I will leave a link for you to go check it out. So ladies, it's never too late to start investing. It's never too soon to start investing. So start investing in whatever little you have. It could be a talent. You know, sometimes I look at some of these Kenyan girls who have gone really far. I'm looking at the likes of Aziad, and She used whatever God blessed in her hands, and that was her talent. And look at now where she is. Number 3, a Proverbs 31 woman is a giver. She's not just the receiver, but she gives, because the Bible says, better is he that gives than receives. Yeah, so there is blessing behind giving. When you give, the more you give, the more you receive. The more you give, the more that is added onto your life. So a Proverbs 31 woman is a giver. Not just a giver of material possession, not just a giver of money, but she could be a giver of time. She could be a giver of resources. She could be a giver of hope. She could be a giver of faith. She could be a giver of... She is a giver. So if you're reading this, if you're watching this today and you are there wondering, you do not have anything to give your time. Go for those community service projects. Go for those charity events and give your time, give your resources. Just be there and be ready to give. Have an open hand to give. So next, a Proverbs 31 woman is a planner. A Proverbs 31 woman is very strategic in the way she lives her life because she is visionary. She thinks of what is ahead, and therefore she ends up planning for what is to come ahead. So she plans. Therefore, that means she has nothing to worry about because she's also a woman of faith, yeah? So as she plans, she knows that God will also provide. She is strategic in her living. She is visionary. She has an eye for the future. So she knows what to do and how it's to be done and when it's to be done. So are you a planner? I know most of us are planners. Give a thumbs up if you are a planner, and good job, by the way, keep it up. And next, a Proverbs 31 woman knows who she is and whose she is. This woman is a woman full of identity. She knows who she is and whose she is. So she will walk like it. She will talk like it. She will look like it. She will treat herself with respect. She will treat herself as though she deserves it. She will dress the look because she knows her identity in God. She knows her identity to her family. She knows who she is to her friends. She knows who she is at her workplace. She knows who she is in her life, and that's why she is willing to dress the part and look like the part and act the part and be who she is. And she knows who she is. She's a child of God. She's a daughter of God. She's the daughter of the Most High. So she walks like it. She speaks like it. And she even looks like the daughter of God. So how many of us here today watching this are promising to know their identity in God? They are promising to know. First start with your identity. Who are you? Yeah? I read somewhere that identity comes from what you do on a daily, what you consistently do. So who are you? What do you consistently do? I think that can help you answer the question behind your identity. So number 6, a Proverbs 31 woman is strong. So she's not just in her character, but she's also physically strong, because the Bible says that she is clothed in strength and dignity, and she walks without fear of the future. She is clothed with strength and dignity. Women, so I'm going to challenge you today to get that strength, that physical strength. And how are you gonna get that strength if you're the kind who sits lazing around, just Netflix and chilling the whole day, the whole week? You're gonna get your strength from exercising, doing something physical every day. You can have a routine, your own routine. Just come up with your own routine that can help you get access to this physical energy. If you want to be the Proverbs 31 woman, I believe a Proverbs 31 woman is any woman who enjoys working out, is a woman who enjoys even doing her chores at home, because she's full of that strength. Yeah, so it's her chores are not just merely chores, but they are more of something that she's happy to do, because she has that strength as a Proverbs 31 woman. So next, a Proverbs 31 woman is a wise woman. And we all know where wisdom comes from, right? Wisdom comes from the Lord. So if you want to be this Proverbs 31 woman, this wise woman, we have to start by reading the word, understanding God, honoring God, worshiping God, and praying to God for this wisdom, and he will grant it unto us. And next, last but not least, a Proverbs 31 woman, she is a nurturing woman. She nurtures anyone who comes along her way. She adds value to the society. She gives value to the community. You can approach her. You will approach her and go back a different person. You will approach her and go back with a different attitude. You will approach her and you suddenly feel better because she is nurturing in nature. She takes care of people, not just her children, not just her husband, but I'm talking about anyone who approaches her, anyone who needs help from her. She will nurture her like a baby. She is a nurturing woman, you guys, because the Bible says that her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, he praises her. Good job, Proverbs 31 women. I'm congratulating you today for your good job. Keep it up, and I hope you won't stop. In as much as you might be having other people you look up to, I believe a Proverbs 31 woman is the woman to indeed look up to. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna read the verse, the whole verse, so that you may understand all these 8 points that I have given you today. So I'll be reading from Proverbs 31, chapter 10. A good wife, who can find? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of a husband trusts her, and he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not harm all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and works with willing hands. She is like the ships of the merchant. She brings her food from afar. She rises while it is still yet at night and provides food for her household and tasks for her maidens. She considers a field and buys it. With fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. She guards her loins with strength, and she makes her arms strong. She perceives that her merchandise is profitable. Her lamp does not go out at night. She puts her hand to the distaff, and her hands hold the spindle. She opens her hand to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow, for her household is clothed in scarlet. She makes herself coverings. Her clothes is fine linen and purple. That is just an example of people who come from royalty. So her husband is known in the gates when she sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and she sells them. She delivers girdles to the merchant. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Yes, you, Proverbs 31 woman, you surpass them all. For charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope we have learned something from today's lesson. If you have a question, just comment it down on the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed, kindly hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, okay? To every pretty, gorgeous, beautiful, amazing girl out there, a Proverbs 31 woman is the woman to look up to. To every man who has watched this video up to the end, if you're sourcing for a wife, a Proverbs 31 woman is the woman to go for. So thank you so much and be blessed. Bye.